Hey, what the heck? He caught it and twisted it around to read the label.
Ethylene tartrate?
Yeah, that's right. CDT.
And what is that?
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
I don't think so.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. Still,
Clean blood?
looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
Yeah.
Seven nodded slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate. Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless.
Where did they dump it? Into the seawater, huh?
But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere. Even ones nowhere near that first American factory. They'd been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment.
Is this related to that telepathy story that we heard previously in this game?
But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread.
Weird.
It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another,
Yeah.
transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive. This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Junpei looked up at Seven with half a smirk. Seven stared at him, dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's it exactly. But how did you know?
I heard another story, kind of like that one.
When?
Very much so.
In the freezer?
What? The freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
Junpei told Seven the story he heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day glycerin began to crystallize. And the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absentmindedly rubbed the scar on his chin.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar?
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
Seven squinted. His eyes stared up in his face as if he was trying too desperately to focus on something far away. Do you know something about it? Know about Ice 9? Yeah, I think we should get straight to the point. I think. Alright, hold on here, guys. I think this has something to do with the true ending. I want to make sure the 4 checkpoints that we need to make in order for the true ending to happen. So, operating room. Do you know about Ice 9? That's one of the checkpoints. Yeah. Okay. Do you know about Ice 9?
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9. Ice 9. Ice.
Suddenly, Seven's eyes shot open.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
That woman? She's on this boat? You talking about Locust? Or June?
That woman?
Who are you talking about? I don't think it's Clover. Clover is a girl now. Only a girl. I think Locust? Lotus. I'm sorry, guys. Lotus. I said Locust. Lotus.
Alice!
Alice? Who is Alice? Who is Alice?
Who's Alice?
Come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature.
What?
Huh?
What are you talking about? It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. Yep. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Actually, I do not. They hit the ice? I don't know. Or it was a bomb.
Yeah, more than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
No.
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right? It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett.
Okay, C.S. McKay Bennett.
The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident. It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies.
Okay.
The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies.
There's a lady named Alice who did not freeze. Who did not freeze solid.
There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water.
Organs?
The drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank.
Oh,
One of the things they found was a coffin.
a coffin. Is this for real, guys? Is this really for real? A coffin? Or is this fiction now?
A coffin?
Yeah, a wooden one. The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight. The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made. Inside, they found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman.
Looks like Cleopatra, guys. Cleopatra in a wedding dress.
Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition. They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. And she didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say that the stink was horrible. But there was one body that didn't thaw.
That's Alice in the coffin.
And that was...
The girl in the coffin.
That's right.
So why did they call her Alice? Why?
Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually. But weeks passed and nothing happened. And a month passed, and another. It was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice.
Ah, all eyes, Alice. All eyes, Alice.
Alice. course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't.
What the heck? Someone stole her body. Or maybe she came back alive? I don't know.
They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. After a while, no one remembered her. You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Why? Why did you say that? Why are you saying that?
Now, why the hell would you say something like that?
Because I know.
And just what is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
What?
Alright, tell me. What happened to Alice?
Seven noticed slowly and took on the look of a man, recalling something long buried.
Well, around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world. I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain.
Okay.
You've heard that name before, right?
No.
Lord Gordain.
No.
Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic sister ship?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912. And 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic. And he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic.
You mean Alice is here, somewhere here in the ship?
But nobody knows where. He died in 1931. And apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden. However,
what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Seven threw his hands up in defeat.
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Before Junpei could dispute Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey! What are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here!
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez!
I'm surprised it took her that long. Took her that long to say that. Seven looked at Junpei.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
Wow. Alice on board. With that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Alice. Huh.
That was quite a story. Junpei was left behind to ponder what he just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen.
She said that. I don't recall.
The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic. Even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
Then was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9? No, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven to the operating room where Clover was waiting. Alright, back to the game. So now, back to this. So we're trying to pour in the different liquids. Let's try the red one now. Red liquid. Shine the lights. Red light. Turn red. Forget about that. Didn't you hear that just now? The red locker. Whoa, whoa. Ah, it's open. Nice. Fake right leg. Very nice. Next. It's blue now. I think I heard another noise. Cool. Purple. Good job, Junpei. The purple light came on and I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has gotta be unlocked. Alright, let's see what happened. Alice looks like Lotus. Good observation. Fake stomach? It looks like a giant nose. How is this a stomach? Yeah, what she's wearing, guys. What Lotus is wearing resembles an Egyptian goddess. Nice. Do we have enough organs now? I don't know. Can we combine them all? How? Can I put them down? How do we put them down? How? So the ones we've got must be for Lucy, right? Seems like it. Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections? No. Agreed. Alright, let's get started. Combine! Alright, Lucy is back together now. Hey, nothing happened. That's odd, maybe it's the wrong weight. Weight? Yeah, well, you know how there's a scale on the side of the bed. Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number. How we are gonna do that? I think we are supposed to swap the body parts with John's. Oh, let's give it a shot. Operating instructions. The screen will display two medical mannequins. You can switch their body parts by selecting the part you want to switch out.